Hey, good morning. It's Michael. So yesterday we talked a little bit about the infinite banking concept, and we actually generated a couple of questions about what's different between infinite banking and qualified programs. So for those of you who don't know, a qualified program or a qualified plan is something like a 401k or a 529 college savings plan. What those are is savings or investment accounts that receive tax preferred treatment. So in the case of a 401k, you could put your money into that account, defer the taxes when you put it in, and pay taxes when you take it out. In many cases, or almost every case, there's going to be a penalty if you take the money out before a certain age, or if you take the money out in the case of a 529 for something other than its intended use. So what makes an infinite banking better than a preferred or qualified plan? And it's very simple. So infinite banking has no qualifications, meaning if I've got a 401k and I've got $100,000 in the 401k, that money doesn't have liquidity, use, and control. I can't access that money without qualifying or paying by us reaching a certain age, or by paying a penalty. And then, of course, when I access the money, I'm paying taxes on it. So I generally don't use the money in my 401k for anything other than waiting until I'm retired and then accessing that money. Same, a 529 college savings plan. 529 college savings plan, same kind of situation. That money is tied up, it's locked for its intended purpose, which obviously is college savings. And there's ways to get access to money out of a qualified plan, but typically those ways to get access involve paying a penalty. So what happens in a very general sense is when we have a qualified plan, money doesn't have liquidity, use, and control. We're not using that money for anything else. And what happens is we've created a financing need. I've got $100,000 in my 401k, but I need a car, so I buy or lease a car with financing, and so I'm earning money in my 401k, but maybe I've got a credit card or two, maybe I've got a rooms to go loan, or maybe I've got a mortgage on my house, and I'm paying out interest. Well, statistics tell us that the average American is saving approximately 5% of their annual income. Okay, that's the average American, and obviously there's some outliers, and there's people who are, doing much better than that, and there's folks that are doing a little bit worse than that. But that's the statistic, that's the average. So if I'm saving 5%, statistics also tell us that the average American is paying out 35% of their annual income in financing related charges. So if I've got money tied up in a qualified plan, I don't have liquidity, use, and control of my money. Because of that, my retirement plan is actually moving backward. That's kind of, in a simple nutshell, one of the advantages of infinite banking over qualified plans. Now, secondary, and we can get into lots of little nuts and bolts details, but I'll give you a very simple example. College savings plan, and if you've got kids that are getting ready to go to college, or moving in that direction, and you've got money put aside in a 529 college savings plan, you'd be sad to know that families that didn't save for college, that don't have money put aside in a college savings plan, are actually going to get more financial aid, or have a better chance of qualifying for financial aid if the situation is identical than a family that didn't save. So savers in a 529 are actually disadvantaged when it comes to getting financial aid and student loans, because that money needs to be spent. In other words, I have to use all the money out of my 529 savings plan before I'm able to even start qualifying for financial aid. So on the contrary, or on the opposite side of an example, with an infinite banking plan, now I can use my banking policy for college. I can use my banking policy as I'm paying it back and reaccumulating that interest that would have been paid out to an outside lender. That money's going back to me, and as a result, it's enhancing my retirement plan as well, because it's the same. Most people, they're putting some money in their 529, putting some money in their 401k, putting some money in a brokerage account, and it's diffused. The money's going different places, and most of it doesn't have liquidity use and control, which creates a financing need. So in the case of infinite banking, it's a concentrated plan. I'm able to use that money for buying a car and then pay back myself the interest. Then I'm able to use it for college savings and pay back myself the interest, or make my kid do it. And then I'm able to use it for my retirement subsequently later on in life, and continue to gain those benefits. So listen, if you think you have a question about infinite banking, about mortgage financing, about life insurance, or your financial plan in general, don't hesitate to reach out to us, please. We are at moneystreamfinancial.com, or you can find us at 407-732-0110. Thanks. Have a great day.